Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A new lesson of grade 11. Our lesson today is listening. It is in page 121, exercise A. Our objectives are listen to a guide tour of the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha. Number 2, number the places on the map in the order in which they were mentioned. 3. Listen to the continuation of the guide tour and write the correct number of boxes. Start with the first objective. You will hear part of a guide tour of the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha. Number the places on the map from 1 to 6 in the order in which they are mentioned.
8B. Listening. B. You will hear part of a guided tour of the Museum of Islamic Art in Doha. Number the places on the map 1 to 6 in the order in which they are mentioned. Part 1.
Welcome everyone to Doha's Museum of Islamic Art. I will be your guide for our tour today, which will take us round some of the key highlights found in the museum. As you can see, this is the main building here in front of us. If you'd like to follow me inside, we will start our tour. Here at the entrance, you can really appreciate the architecture of the building. See how the lights and the round stairway up ahead are carefully arranged to create a pattern of circles? The stairs you see in front of us lead up to the galleries where our collections live. To our right is one of our prayer rooms for men. The female prayer room is downstairs on the left side of the building. Next to the male prayer room, you can see a corridor that leads away from the main museum. That runs down to a courtyard and to the far side of the building. I won't take you down there on this tour, but you're free to have a look later on your own. That's our library and education centre. The library contains many specialist Islamic books and books about the collections here in the museum. Straight ahead of us you will see the cafe. We will be coming back there after our tour, so there will be plenty of time to relax and have a bite to eat. The room positioned to the right of the cafe is the Special Exhibitions Gallery. They are presently working on installing a new exhibition, so unfortunately we won't be going in there today. To make it up to you, I have arranged for you to see a 20-minute documentary on Islamic architecture and art. That's where we are heading now, the auditorium, which is used not only for film viewings, but also for talks, lectures, and even poetry recitals. Opposite the auditorium is the gift shop. There are plenty of souvenirs available, including some beautifully designed items inspired by some of the pieces on display in the museum.
Now try to number the places that she mentioned in the listening. The first one is, yes, female prayer room. Good. Number 2, library and education center. Number 3, MIA Cafe, Museum of Islamic Art Cafe. Number 4 is Special Exhibitions Gallery. Number 5, Edutaria. Yes. Number 6 is Gift Shop. Now listen to the continuation of the guided tour. Look at the map below and write the correct number from 1 to 6 in the boxes to show in which gallery the items are exhibited. There is one extra box on the map which you don't need to use. Okay, now we will listen.
C. Now listen to the continuation of the guided tour. Look at the map below and write the correct number 1 to 6 in the boxes to show in which gallery the items are exhibited. There is one extra box on the map which you do not need to use. Part 2.
Now we will move on to the second floor. If you would like to follow me up the stairs here, straight ahead of us is the Introductory Gallery. If you follow me, you can see one of the most famous pieces here. This bowl comes from Basra and shows some of the earliest forms of Arabic writing. It dates back to the 9th century. Here we have another beautiful piece. This necklace comes from India from around the 17th century. Among the different types of stones on it, you can see there are many pearls. Of course, pearl diving was an important industry in Qatar once upon a time, but we will come back to that later. Now let's proceed. Next we have the Pattern Gallery. Of course, Islamic decoration makes great use of patterns, and we have some particularly fine examples. This here is part of a wooden door. It originally came from a mosque. As you can see, it's decorated with a particularly complex geometric pattern. Over here, this jar you see is an albarello. Jars like this came from the Middle East and were used by apothecaries, that is, the pharmacists of the past, to store their goods. Continuing round, we find ourselves in the Science Gallery. Just over here are some of my favorite items in the museum. These are astrolabes. They were used to navigate. For example, travelers to Mecca would have used a device like this to find their way. Astrolabes existed in the ancient world, but they were greatly developed later on by Arab scientists. Because of their design and craftsmanship, they were not just useful devices, they were also works of art. This one here, for example, is from the 10th century. I'll give you a few minutes to walk around this gallery, and then we will head over the walkway to the other side of the floor, where there are 2 more galleries: the Figure in Art and the Calligraphy Gallery. There is a particularly beautiful book in the Calligraphy Gallery that I want to show you. It's hundreds of years old and tells some fantastic stories from the ancient world. So take a look around and we will head over there in a few minutes.
Now, after we have listened, we will start to answer the questions. Number 1, Pattern Gallery. Number 2, Science Gallery. Number 3, Introductory Gallery. Number 4, Calligraphy Gallery. Number 5, Introductory Gallery. Number 6, Pattern Gallery. The Figure in Art Gallery. Thank you very much.